Good morning, happy Saturday, and you know what, considering what I'm about to talk about in this video, it's actually kind of funny. I'm sort of doing a Gear 5th persona from One Piece. But anyway, let's get to my low behind my active kindness. Well, my low is, once again, actually, you know what, we ran the whole gamut yesterday. Because not only was it incredibly hot, but man, when it rained, it poured. Like, we had serious thunder. Seriously, I went to Nick's for dinner last night, and just about when I was done with my meal, I literally had to stay like an extra 20, 30 minutes because of how serious the rain was. Which is actually fine for me because since we opened up the cottage to the lake, I can only go to Nick's once every 2 weeks. So, I guess it is important I make the most of my time there, which is nice. Honestly, my high was just the fact that, I don't really pay attention to this much, considering that before we open up the cottage, my usual Friday routine is I'll go to Nick's for dinner, and then I'll hang out at Illegal for a little bit, then go home. Here, though, considering how, again, I do this once every 2 weeks now, like, it's a noticeable diff. Like, it amazes me, like, just how different it is when you go every 2 weeks as opposed to just every week that I was already doing. Listen, I know, like, locations don't change, not under normal, like, Illegal Tap House and Nick's and Nick's Pub and Grill, they're not going anywhere. But it's a huge difference when you go once every 2 weeks as opposed to, every week again, like I was doing before we opened up the cottage at Cuba Lake. It's just different in a good way, and I really enjoyed it. Not to mention, I saw a friend of mine when I was at Nick's. Actually, I saw a few people I knew when I was out and about last night, which made last night even better because, don't get me wrong, when I'm able to go up to Cuba Lake, I will go up to Cuba Lake. I will do that without even giving it a second thought, provided that I made sure I had everything to take with me before I go, because, I do need toiletries and stuff before I go up there. Point is, like, if I have an opportunity to go to Cuba Lake, I will immediately take that opportunity. However, when I do, I'm pretty much all by myself. Once in a while, I'll probably see someone I know if I'm out and about at Cuba Lake, but it's like rare. Like, I dare say you're better off winning the lottery. You're better trying to win the lottery before. I'm better off trying to win the lottery before I see anybody I know when I'm out and about at Cuba Lake. I know lots of people in the 607. Like, yeah, true, it's still a numbers game, but the number of people I know and I could potentially see when I'm out and about here, much better than they are at Cuba Lake. So, again, it's sort of a double-edged sword. And, yeah, I'm going to head up to Cuba Lake later anyway. But, I don't know, the fact that I'm just able to be here every other weekend, it's nice. It gives me some perspective that I otherwise wouldn't normally have. And even better, I don't need to worry about stuff like packing up my stuff to go to the lake yet, because I can just simply do it right now. Well, technically it's pretty much already done. There's like 1 or 2 things I still have to do, but that'll take all but 5, maybe 10 minutes most. Come to think of doing this video is going to take longer than me finishing up packing. So, let's get to my act of kindness. My act of kindness was, there was one errand I ran for my dad, which I was glad to do. And that's another thing too. Whenever I go out and about, especially like last night, I don't really get to see my family much on Friday. In fact, the last time I saw my dad is when I saw him yesterday afternoon before I went home. So, the fact I did that errand for him, I just ran to the bank, in case anyone was wondering. Like, the fact I did it for him, it's not just doing the errand that qualifies as an act of kindness. It's just like, it feels good when you know for a fact you're doing it for someone in your life who, I mean, listen, it's my dad. I love my dad. So, yeah. It's going to be kind of... actually, I'm going to be seeing him probably about just over an hour and a half from now. Anyway, before I get distracted, I need to do this week's video today's video, because I was giving this a lot of thought. I'm not entirely sure how busy these next several days are going to be. And I'm not entirely sure when I had an opportunity to do this. Because Tuesday I'm going to be talking about this week's Hot Ones guest. Monday I'm going to be doing this week's manga chapter when it comes out. Tuesday I'm going to be doing the Hot Ones guest. I mean, I guess maybe Wednesday I could have done this. But then again, I wouldn't. But then again, you never know what's going to happen. Or Thursday. Well, the point is, I figured before I forget to do it for this month, how about I do this month's Arc Thoughts for Dragon Ball? Because it's really funny. I woke up this morning thinking, okay, I think I know what arc. Like, I legit forgot what was the arc I did last time. But don't worry. I looked it up, and I never did the 23rd Budokai Tenkaichi yet, did I? I mean, in a lot of ways, even though Akira Toriyama had a clear vision in mind for what the future of Dragon Ball was going to be, the 23rd Budokai Tenkaichi, in a lot of respects, does sort of feel like a curtain call. For what happens is, after Goku defeated King Piccolo, launched an egg out of his mouth, and that bared his son, Piccolo Jr., who becomes the antagonist for this saga. And a lot of things really happened. Like, for one thing, Goku had a growth spurt. Yes, from after Goku defeated King Piccolo and goes to Kami's Tower to train, 5 years pass, and Goku is about, I want to say, 18 years old. Maybe 17, give or take. And he's a full-grown adult. Now, for those of you who don't know, and when it was originally broadcast in Japanese, Masako Nozawa was the voice of Goku. She has always been the voice of Goku. Kid, adult, whatever. Which I genuinely feel the world is going to stop spinning if she ever passes away. Seriously, she's like in her mid to late 80s right now. And she's still voicing Goku. Which, I mean, listen, voiceover actors passing isn't remotely unheard of. I mean, we lost the original Japanese voiceover actress for Bulma about a few years ago. So, I mean, listen, that stuff's bound to happen. But I guarantee you that there were a lot of people that were first reading the manga who hadn't seen the anime yet, who literally saw that transformation of Goku going from, let's say, a very young adult to a full-grown adult. And I'm sure someone was wondering, is Masako Nozawa going to voice him still? Which she did, which she still does. And to this day, to this day she still is. I wanted to bring that up because obviously here in America, when it comes to voiceover acting, the thing to do would be, if you're a boy, you're either going to be voiced by a kid actor, a little boy, a young boy actor, possibly a young girl actor who can make that boy sound, or usually an adult woman voiceover actress who knows how to sound like a young boy. Think like Tara Strong or E.G. Daily or Colin Klinkenbeard, who can like make those like voices. But when that boy grows into an adult, usually, or mainly fighting against Naruto, that's another one. Anyway, usually when that boy grows up into an adult, it's a man who would voice them. I bring this up because, even though, and I'll get into this when I do like the Saiyan Saga and stuff going forward, even though Sean Schemmel was voicing Goku, like before they did Adult Goku, before they did Dragon Ball, for a lot of people, I wouldn't be surprised if, actually here in America, I know for a fact that a lot of people heard Sean Schimmel's Adult Goku way before they did this in Dragon Ball. But it's just so bizarre that, like, all this time, Sean Schemmel has been the voice of Goku. And, that wasn't always the case. Because, again, I'll get into this when I talk about the Sega Saga going forward. Anyway, so this arc is sort of like a curtain call. Like, Tien goes up against Tao Pai Pai, who again, they're both former of the Crane School. This is the first Budokai Tenkaichi where Krillin doesn't make it to the semifinals because he loses to Piccolo. Oh yeah, Goku fights Chi-Chi. Right. In one of the early arcs of Dragon Ball, I do believe it was the Pilaf Saga, when Goku first met Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi asked Goku to be, and they're like little kids, and Chi-Chi asked Goku to be her husband, and Goku's like, okay. But here's the thing. After all that time, Goku forgot who Chi-Chi was, until Chi-Chi literally fought him in the ring. Which is funny. And even better, Chi-Chi said, "You promised to be my husband." And then Goku's like, wait, I did? I thought getting married meant getting something to eat or something like that. Which is funny, because that's Goku. Listen. Goku is one of those early examples of shonen protagonists who eat, sleep, and train. And that, mentality and that sort of stereotype has been prevalent in lots of shonen manga, Naruto, One Piece included. So, it was just really, that seems really funny. But then, Goku wound up defeating Chi-Chi pretty easily. He did it without even laying a finger on her, which is great. And then, it was funny. After Goku defeated Chi-Chi, like, you know what? My stomach doesn't always know what it's thinking, but my heart does. Will you marry me? Which, that's actually really sweet, it is. But let's get to the real final fight. Goku versus Piccolo, like the final fight of the original Dragon Ball. And they both pulled out all the stops to beat each other. There's one point where Piccolo grows into a giant. There's one moment where, even when Goku takes off all of his weighted clothing, it's just like, this is a good fight. It really is a good fight. It totally is. And not to mention, the Ultimate figure where the ring is essentially all but destroyed. The arena is all but destroyed, but the ring surprisingly is still intact. Which is actually, here's the thing. You can't see the ring, but they're definitely within the boundaries of the ring. Goku legit knocked out Piccolo. In the last second, Piccolo fired a beam from his mouth, shoots Goku, and it goes right through Goku, right? Yet somehow, Piccolo missed all of his vital organs. And, Goku unleashes a big burst of energy. No one knows where he is. He flies headbutts right into Piccolo. And then Piccolo falls out of the ring. And Goku won. After Lord knows how long, Goku finally won the Budokai Tenkaichi. I mean, think about it. I mean, when Goku lost the 21st Budokai Tenkaichi to Jackie Chun as Master Roshi in disguise, that was Akira Toriyama saying, listen, yeah, it'd be great if Goku won, but Goku should learn how to train and become more humble. That way, when he finally does win, it'll be all the better. And then when it came to Tien, to losing to Tien in the 22nd Budokai Tenkaichi, I remember being so mad. And you know what? Narratively, it gave Goku something to reach for. So when Goku finally won this one, there's nothing I had for that moment but just sheer elation. Because, I mean, how do you personify just how happy, like, can you, like, after working so hard for so long to finally get what you worked for, I mean, what's better than that? Oh, okay. There are a few things that I can argue are better than that, but not many. And then Goku wound up doing something that he'd wind up doing down the line. Because the smart thing to do, I mean, if Piccolo won, he would take over the world, of course. So the natural thing to do would be to kill him. But if he did that, then, well, partly because Kami would no longer have the Dragon Balls. Kami would die, so he no longer have the Dragon Balls. But more importantly, Goku would not have anyone strong enough to fight again. Because that's what Goku lives to fight. So he showed him mercy. He gave him the Senzu Bean, and Piccolo was on his way. And they will fight again. Spoiler, they never really fight again. But, it sort of leaves some loose. I mean, I love how, now that I think about it, the 23rd Budokai Tenkaichi sort of left an open-ended conclusion. Like, if Akira Toriyama wanted to stop the series here, he easily could have. If he wanted to continue the story, which, spoiler, he winds up doing, obviously, he could do that too. So, this is the sort of open-ended conclusion that, again, if Dragon Ball did end, a lot of people would be satisfied. I would have been satisfied. But it didn't. It kept going, and that's only the first half of Dragon Ball. Which, man, I can't wait to get into talking about Dragon Ball going forward, because this is actually more my wheelhouse. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have nothing but love and respect for the original Dragon Ball, but come on, man. Everybody wants me to talk about Dragon Ball Z, and I will get to that next month. I hope you like this video. If you like this, subscribe to the YouTube channel. On social media, as always, I'm very humble in this video. For all you guys watching the video, hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday. Happy Saturday, folks. Remember, if you guys want to talk to me about this video, always back. Take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.